Hey folks, C4G here with Concepts of Fighting. Today's video will tell you how to do the perfect side kick every single time. Okay, Warriors, time to get it in. We're going to talk about the side kick. Your side kick is going to be one of your best friends. And understanding the side kick is all about alignment in order to maximize power. Again, it's about alignment of your body to maximize the power to deliver a very impactful kick. Steve used to say, hey, learn this kick, is going to be your best friend. And he was absolutely right. So when we start going to tournaments, start utilizing this side kick to keep my opponent back, shooting it out almost like a punch, and then utilizing it also to finish off the technique. Once I get the opponent going back, boom, solidify a side kick, solidify a side kick, there you go. And boom, done deezy, all right? So now let's talk about how we're gonna utilize our friend here, Mr. Ladder. So we have the rungs of the ladder, right? And in between the rungs of the ladder, there's a gap. And what you're gonna do is formulate your side kick right through the rungs of the ladder slowly. So let me talk about alignment first of all. So you have your hip. You want your hip aligned right in the middle of the rung. Let's start with one of the lower rungs first, okay? We're going to have our hip aligned with the middle of the ladder. So if the ladder is yay wide, your hip bone, you want the hip bone focused right in the middle. That's going to be your target or your targeting area, your scope per se. It's going to give you the aim. What you're going to do is utilize your hip, right? So let's get into a crane stance, right? Cranes, lift up our foot and let's have our toes pointed upwards in this crane stance like so, like you see here, right? Making sure the heel is out. And what we're going to do is you have to understand how to shift this weight, how to shift your weight, and how to shift your center of gravity over your base. So what happens is when you're standing with both feet, even if you're standing with your feet apart, slightly apart, you have your base this wide. Now, and here's where the balance, the training of balance, alignment, shifting the hip and everything else come into play. You have to balance, you have to maintain now your center of gravity over your base, which is only as long and as wide as your foot. So you have this base that goes from here, right? Or even here, when you're fighting stance, center of gravity is right in the middle. Now your center of gravity has to be right above your foot. And it's gonna take some weight adjustment. It's gonna take some hip adjustment, okay? So you keep that in mind. So let's get back into our crane. So we go again, start with the lower rung. Let's start not with the absolute bottom, but one up, okay? So what I'm gonna do is have the alignment here, right? Make sure we are totally aligned. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position my foot, my pivot foot, slightly, not sideways or parallel to my other foot, but slightly at an angle, okay? I can even point all the way back towards the opposite wall, but right now, for balance sake, I want you to just angle it slightly, and you'll see that in the other view here in a second. So making sure that we bring up our foot, remember, hip aligned, and you want to go through the rung. You want to go through slow and count 1,000, 2, 1,000, pull it back out and keep it up. Keep your balance. Do not set your foot down, okay? So we're going to go here, we're going to go up, guards up, right? Guards always up, guards here. We're going to go through and hold 1,000, 2, 1,000 and pull it back out. Hold it up again. 1,000, 2, 1,000 and come back up. 1,000, 2, 1,000 and come back up. Through, hold it, 1,000, 2, 1,000 and back up. Now you want to make sure you don't hit either side of the ladder, right? The vertical sides of the ladder. The horizontal rungs, neither that one, right in the middle of the space of the ladder. So what happens typically when someone's first learning, say a beginner's first learning a side kick, they kind of hook their leg like this. So instead of pulling back with their knee, they're pulling back with the whole knee, with the thigh, with the hip joint, they'll pull back with their knee and hook it. So they'll kick out like this, and then they'll kick like this. They'll pull it in, kick out, and they'll pull it in like such. Kick out and pull it in. Kick out and pull it in. And they end up sometimes kicking their butt because they're pulling it in so far with their knee and not having the knee be the angle in the hip joint, be the angle that brings the knee back out straight, at least the foot back out straight. So that's how they end up kicking themselves. That's how they end up hooking. If you hook when you come through, you're going to know it. You're going to hit either side, depending on which side you're doing. You're going to hit one of the sides of the ladder. And that's how you know you're doing the kick wrong. You wanna go straight in and straight out. And that's the way you execute the kick. You go straight in and you come straight out. Again, having the guard up, knee up here in front, out to the side, and back in. But you also want to maintain that balance. So we're going to do the same thing through the rungs of the ladder. We're going to start with the lower one, do that one 10 times without bringing your foot down. Then you're going to do the middle one, hip height. Okay, it's important to have a hip height one as well to make sure you get this buttocks muscle and this hip muscle right here in the front strong as well. You need that for your side kick. You need this muscle here to be strong, and you need this muscle right here to be strong. You're gonna see this one start protruding out a little bit more because it's gonna be very defined, okay? Let's go up a rung. Ready? Again, balance. Now, make sure you're close enough so that you can actually go all the way through your leg and pull it out straight, not just the foot, okay? So I'm pretty close. I'm probably about, I don't know, 18, 20 inches away, all right? So here we go. Knee up, ready? Balancing. I'm going through. I'm holding it. 1,000, 2, 1,000, coming back out, okay? Shifting my weight again. You can come down, but just don't touch the foot on the ground, okay? Keep the knee up. Shifting over, my weight again. 1,000, 2, 1,000, coming back out, okay? 1,000, 2, 1,000, and coming back out. You want to make sure that you're totally aligned straight. So when you're kicking, you should be aligned. You shouldn't be like this. Your kick shouldn't be like this, right? It should be like this, in alignment. See how straight I am now? That's how you want to kick through there. Again, not angled, not having your body kind of like this, but more like this, okay? So you're a little closer, not having your body like this, right? But more like this, straight, all right? That is the side kick. Do 20 times, you're gonna work your way for 10 times first, and then 20 times on each side, holding it balanced. I promise you 2 things. 1, you're gonna have the side kick down really, really good. 2, you're also gonna have very good balance. And 3, bonus, you're gonna have very good control. The difference between a good fighter and a great fighter is the control that they have, alrighty? There you go, that's the side kick. Boom.